The multiple answer question can best be explained in contrast with the multiple choice question. So in this multiple answer question, it says which of these are true, and I would put check marks besides the ones that are true. Another way of asking this in the more traditional way is to have a multiple choice question that says the correct answer would be B here, or 1 and 2 are correct, and the statements being above. If I submitted that, in both cases, I would get it correct for the same reasons. The first two statements are true. Now, if you allow partial credit for the multiple answer, which you don't have an option to do here. There's no option if they recognize the first one as being true and they choose 1, and in here if they recognize the first one being true, they choose the first one, and they didn't realize that the second one is also true. With partial credit, the multiple choice question gets 0 points because there is no partial credit, but the multiple answer one gets half a point because you got half of the ones that were correct selected. The default for multiple answer is to not have partial credit, so it would be just as they would get 0 points. But this is an option that you have to allow partial credit. You also can allow negative answers. So for instance, let's say in the test you chose 2 and 4, so you've got 1 correct and 1 incorrect. And then also in here you chose 2 and 4. Then in those cases they'd be back to the same. This one is just clearly wrong. The answer is B and you selected D, so you got it wrong. Whereas the multiple answer one, you got 1 right and 1 wrong, and they canceled each other out. The points you got 1 point for a quarter of the points for getting it right, and a quarter of the points for being wrong, and it zeroed out. And then the default is if you have partial credit is to have it zero out only, but you do have the option for making it negative. So let's say if we did this test again and I chose the correct one for the multiple choice, but I chose only the wrong ones for this one. Only the wrong ones. Then in the first one I would get 1 point because I got it right, and the second one I'd have negative 1 points. So it would take away what you earned in the previous question. And again, that's not the default, but it is an option. So here's how to do it. So in the test canvas, go to Create Question, Multiple Answer. Type in or copy with Control-Shift-V the question text, and then you have the option for partial credit if you wish, and then you allow negative answers if you wish, and allow it to go overall negative if you wish. You also can have a random order, which I'm not going to do, but you can. Then you can update, well, let's actually update our partial answers after I put them in. So the statements are 4 equals 2. And by the way, these first ones are correct, so I'm going to put check marks beside them. Okay, and then those are not correct. Then I hit Update Partial Credit, and it recognized that the correct ones are correct and should get half a mark each because there's 4. The incorrect ones, I actually have to manually put them in. So I'm going to put manually negative 50% for this one and negative 50% for that one. And then submit. And that is how to make a multiple answer question.